Testing, testing, testing. Okay. So, let's go live. And I got a little confession for you guys. I actually made a fool out of myself yesterday when I held one of these sessions. And the reason is precisely because I didn't do this. When I do that, I can clearly see on the level meter on my app, which I'm using to multi-stream to you guys, that you're getting the sound I think you're getting. In other words, the sound you're hearing in here. I didn't do that yesterday. So I ventured into all kinds of elaborate discussions on mic placement on the amp and all that good stuff. And you were hearing everything through my iPhone microphone. Now, if that's not a royal screw up in a live stream about the gear and sound, I don't know what is. So I screwed up, and it's time to make it right, and I'm just going to try to do it better this time. Now I know at least you're hearing the same thing as me. That's a good start. So as always, I'm very appreciative of any feedback you have for me. So hopefully you'll have a better sound now so you can hear more interesting stuff, because I got a lot of stuff we could test behind me. And that stuff is on the floor here. And I was actually thinking about just bringing you a bit closer. I am waiting for some new gear that is going to allow me to bring you even closer thanks to a wireless connection. I'm not there yet, though, so I have some limitations in terms of how closely I can show you the stuff. But it's getting better. I think it's getting better. So let's do this. There we go. So you can see cable hell. I live in cable hell. Cable hell is not that bad once you get used to it. All these poor pedals live in cable hell. You probably don't live in cable hell, so you can watch this video and be happy about that fact. Or you could cry about the fact that I do, but it doesn't matter. Here we are. Cable hell on the floor. Guitar in my hands. Let's try some sounds. So, I should also show you. There's an amp here. Let's do this. Now you can see the amp a bit better. Hey, Mr. Rafti from Indonesia on Instagram. Hey there. And we got some people on YouTube. Hey, live and learn. Exactly, Russell. That's what I'm doing here. We got my man John Ortiz. What's up on the Facebook? That is. Athesia, hello there. So hopefully sound is better now. You can't see my face though. Who wants to see my freaking face anyway? Let's see if we can just control this a bit better. Let's do this. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so we have the floor, we have the amp. So one of the things that's cool now that you can hear, I just have to double check. Yeah, you can hear the right audio now. Is that there's a second mic here that I'm going to be tapping now. And that SM57 is right above my amp. Cherub, watching from the Philippines, Facebook. Awesome. Moo, what's up? We want to see your gorgeous face. That's good, Athesia. Okay, so I'm going to tap the other mic now, which is a bit more important, I think, because that's an SM57 right in front of my amp. So you probably heard that. And if you heard it, you should have, that means the connection is working. And you can hear on a very detailed level the different tweaks I'm going to do to the sound now. So, this is a fairly bright sound. I don't always play with this bright. This is better, I think, for playing over backing tracks. So we could do that. I just saw some video with someone with a really nice bright sound, and I felt like dialing in a bright sound. And in general, that's how it works when I envision a sound and when I go for a sound. It's pretty much on a daily basis. It makes me play different if I find a different sound. So if I saw something that inspired me and was like, wow, that's a pretty bright and crunchy sound, let's do that. I'll do it, and that'll give me inspiration. Then the next day, maybe I'll hear something dark and mellow, and I'll go for that. And that's going to inspire me to play something else. And that's also how I come up with all the content here, all the short videos. And the reason you're probably seeing me now is because you were presented with one of my short videos in your feed, and it's like, ooh, who's this dude? And you're here now, and I'm happy about that. Hey, Mertertive, greetings, what's up? My pick gauge, these are questions from Instagram. I think this is like 2.7 or something. Or is it 1.7? No, 2.7. It says here. It's freaking easy. Chicken Picks 2.7. Very nice. Very nice picks. Remo from Facebook. How you doing, man? John Ortiz. Nice voice and guitar sound. Awesome. Thank you for confirming, John Ortiz. It means you're hearing the sound I intend you to hear. Yesterday, that didn't happen, and I'm a bit embarrassed about it, actually, because I was speaking about, let's move the SM57 a little bit, and you can hear the huge difference. And you were hearing all the audio from my iPhone, so it's just silly. Let's just do that specifically now, so you can, I'm trying to correct the mistakes of yesterday. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to move the microphone in front of my amp a little bit. And right now, I don't know if you can tell, I'm going to change chair. Just give me a second, because... Okay, so you can't hear me as good now in my voice, but listen to this now. The SM57 is fairly centered now. I'm gonna move it just 2 centimeters, angle it just a little bit differently, and it should open up quite a bit, and the harshness should go away a little bit. It should be a bit warmer and not as direct. So here's how it is now. Okay, now let's move it just a couple centimeters. You could hear that sound came from the microphone hitting the front of the amp there. Just it's chunkier. It's not as in your face, and it's actually not as easy to fit in the mix. But I think it sounds cooler just for playing a cappella. Right? I like that sound a lot. Now if I move it back, let's see if that's even possible. It's much brighter. And again, just to point out how extremely silly, stupid, and amateur I was yesterday, I tried to show you this, but you weren't hearing the sound of that microphone. You were hearing the sound coming from my iPhone, so you could hear zero difference in me moving the mic. Hopefully now you could hear a little bit of a difference. It'd be interesting to see if you did. Cool, we got Alejandres from Greece. That's awesome. Ευχαριστώ, δεν καταλαβαίνω. Jacob from the Philippines, so people from Facebook. Living in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini. My support and heart goes out to you, man. Keep up the fight. You're fighting for all of us here in Europe. Nice voice and guitar sound is... Oh, that's awesome, Joe. Okay, so... I'm going to move the microphone back a little bit because I think it's cooler when I'm just playing without a backing track, and then we can see whether that even works over a backing track. Now, one thing that's a fairly basic little trick, but I think it's often disregarded. Sometimes, you got a good sound from the amp, but it's a little bit bright. And instead of moving the microphone or messing with the treble on the amp, I just turn down the tone, just like from 10 to 9 or something. That can make a pretty big difference. A lot of time, that's a cool way to get balance, get a cool balanced sound. Dial in something bright with like a crunchy Marshall-esque sound, and then turn down the treble or the tone knob a little bit on the guitar. It's a really nice compromise there. Sweet picking, bro. Ulul, that's right. Awesome, Whistle. Thanks for confirming. You do hear a difference. Excellent. Just means my setup works now. Ramallah Somtea, there's your name. Okay, so let's see, did I miss anything from Instagram? Okay, so yeah. This is the sound. cool thing when you start with a bright sound is that those harmonics are usually kind of easy to get. Yes, Apo, the man is live. Rock forever. Will do, will do. So, okay, so let's see here. I'm going to show you some other things that's happening here on the floor. Let me just see if we can. It's a good sign when things are getting hot in here. I just have to see if I can cool things down a little bit. Sound like Eric Clapton, Royal Albert Hall back in the 90s. Does that require chorus pedal? I don't know. I don't know what the sound that is. I just know that Clapton spoke quite a bit about his I think his woman tone, like a dark tone, and that was the roll down tone knob that I already spoke about. So turn down the tone knob and maybe even use the neck pickup here, and you get. If you compare it with the tone knob all the way up. So how did I screw it up? Question from YouTube. The reason I screwed up was because I thought I was showing you a detailed sound when miking the amp, but instead I was running just the iPhone's microphone. So everything I said about sound and mic placement was pretty much useless in the last video. It made no sense because I was streaming from my iPhone. So that's kind of stupid if you ask me. But now we've checked it, and since this is audible, it just means you're hearing sound coming from the right source. So for those of you who don't know, right now I'm mixing the sound so you get both the guitar mic'd up with an SM57 and my voice to a mixer and then directly into the phone. And that's pretty awesome. It just really raises the sound quality. If I want to, I can also add a backing track to the mix and it sounds even cooler. Hopefully that'll sound really good. Just sounds a lot better than the iPhone mic. That's my point. Paul, give me drugs, yo. I don't do drugs and I can't give you any drugs. Sorry, man. Don't do them. Just have fun playing guitar. That would be my advice. Okay, so the halo pedal. Russell, cool. So let's try the halo pedal. Let's check out the floor. What's happening here on the floor? Can I bring you a little bit closer? Let's see if I can. See if I can re-angle this. Again, I'm waiting for some wireless equipment that the great people at actually various different companies that have approached me. I'm very, very happy about that because it means I'm able to do these upgrades that also means I'm going to soon be able to put you down on the floor right beside these pedals and you can see it even closer. For now, you're going to have to look at it from up where you are. And here is the halo pedal. Let's just turn it on. You can hear the difference. Ooh. Now, on its face like this, I think it's too much. This level of delay works if I'm playing over a backing track, but without it, it sounds a bit messy. So you could just turn the volume down on the pedal, and we could try that. Ooh, Champa is asking about sweep peaking on Instagram. That's a cool request, man. That's definitely something we can speak about. Tips for sweep peaking. And Jacob is asking on Facebook as well. So two people are asking the exact same thing. That pretty much gives me no other choice than to speak about sweep peaking. I like it. So keep those requests coming. So I'm just going to show you how I can turn down the level a little bit on the pedal, and we can actually use this sound to maybe show you some sweep picking. Okay, here's just the level turned down a little bit. It's much better, but again, if I'm playing a cappella like this and I don't have any backing track, I would definitely turn back the amount of feedbacks and amount of feedback. So in other words, the amount of time that the guitar signal is repeated. And the best way to test this is simply to hit a chord or something short, and you can hear that. And you can make it even more obvious if I turn back the level up. And listen to this. It goes on forever. Now if I cut the feedback out a little bit. Not as much. I can turn it down even more. Now it's just 2 or 3 repetitions that are clearly audible. So this is pretty good. Now turn it down. Feedback is much less, and I turn down the level as well. And this is now becoming a pretty useful sound, even a cappella without any backing track. So I'm just going to get my little sleeve and we can speak about sweeping. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I'm not warmed up at all, I'm just going to do sweeping for just a minute or so you can see what the hell it is, and you can check out my right hand, and that also gives me the opportunity to warm up a little bit. So slowly we can start with sorry about that. I'll just re-angle things a little bit because I think you might want to see my face when I speak to you. There we go. E minor. E flat dim 7. D major. B7. Back to E minor. Let's add the 9th. Okay, let's go up to A minor. Back to E minor. Back to A minor. Let's go to D major. Okay, all the way up to E minor, but in a new position. Okay, let's go back to E minor, but in the old position. There's a different way you can play E minor with string skipping and hybrid picking. Let's go back to playing it strictly sweeping. D major, and so on and so forth. Try some really out concepts and just throw in some random dominant 7 stuff and see if that works. Ouch, need to warm up. Okay, so there you have some arpeggios. And we can definitely speak a little bit about how I did that, because I use sweep picking, which was what the initial question was about. But I think sweep picking and arpeggios often goes really hand in hand. So if you look at my right hand, you will see the actual sweep picking, which means I'm doing one consecutive motion. I'm not doing any alternate picking. And even more importantly, because this is something a lot of beginners miss on, I'm really not doing like several downstrokes in a row this way. Like, that is not sweep picking, even though I'm doing consecutive downstrokes. Now the reason is, of course, I'm not doing a single motion like this. Instead, I'm doing all this back and forth. That's the number one takeaway here. When you practice sweep picking at a slow tempo, you definitely want to pick one note and then rest on the next string, like this. Now the pick started on the A string, but it's resting on the D string, ready to play the next note. Now it's resting on the G string, ready to play the next note. Now it's resting on the G string, and I'm ready to play the B string and the E string. Okay, so that's one consecutive movement. You should notice a pretty big difference compared to... Okay, So, and that's the motion you need if you wanted to, sometime in the future, become this, right? All right, that you can't really do that if you practice sweep picking like this. It's very hard to play that fast. You need that one consecutive movement. But maybe you're looking for a specific sweep picking pattern to practice, and my favorite pattern and the one I've definitely played the most since ever starting with sweep picking would be like a simple major pattern. So for example, C major is great because you can play that in E minor, as crazy as it sounds. It's a diatonic arpeggio that will work in E minor. So let's play C major starting on the 15th fret A string, 14th fret D string, 12th fret G string, 13th fret B string, 12th fret E string, 15th fret E string. So slowly we have that's the whole arpeggio shape. Let's say the numbers again. So starting on fret 15 on the A string. 15, 14, 12, 13, 12, 15. And then we can go down the same notes. Now notice how I'm doing this consecutive motion. I'm not doing. I'm doing. Same way on the way back. And you can also notice a re-angling of the pick. Kind of makes sense, right? Because if you have the wrong angle like that, that will be hard. So you have to kind of align the pick with the direction and with the string, so it's almost parallel. That's the only way you're going to sweep through it. And then when you feel it's time to go back, you're going to re-angle the pick on the way back. Now, of course, I'm exaggerating the movement now. Whenever I'm doing this in action, the angle is less evident. So this is more like an instructional thing, right? Now, some people might argue, when the heck are you going to use that thing? It just sounds like some rock and roll wannabe shredder from the 80s. And the way to go about that is to use sweep picking either slowly, I think, or as a speed burst. Now, of course, you can shred away, and no one will like that, but it's fun. If you want people to like it, use it scarcely. That's the word. Don't use it too often, not too much, and use it as a build-up. So if you have a melody or a target note or something like that, use your sweep picking first. So just one quick sweep there. So a sweep here and there, and then melody, that's important. And it's, the same is true, of course, with any other like fast technique. You want to be a bit careful before you just play it all over the place, unless you're practicing. But you won't get the musical results easily out of that, you know. Okay, so we have a request here for G minor, E minor, C major, D major with sweep picking. Let's try it. So G major, should we? E minor, C major, D major. So that's it. That's your progression, right? Maybe do G minor down some, or G major somewhere else, and it makes it a little bit easier. Maybe you can do it here. So G major, and then C major, D major. I don't know, something like that. The thing is, G major and E minor are very close to each other. It's like one note difference there. So these chords are not that easy to hear. The Russell thinks it sounds close to the Dorian mode. A little bit maybe. I would say the Aeolian mode. If you want to go Dorian, it will be something like this. Now we did this. So it's very close actually, because it's a half step away from the typical Dorian sound. Cool, so Rebang on Instagram is asking, show how to do sweep on E and E minor shape. So the difference between E, like E major, and E minor is just one note, yet the shapes are vastly different, and that's the weird thing, but it's not so strange when you think about it, because you're playing three notes, that's it. So if you change one of those notes, you've changed a third of the actual pattern. So we have E minor here, which would be, if you want to play a 6-string E minor lick, or sorry, E minor arpeggio, you're going to do 12, 15, 14, 14, 12, 12, 12, and 15. We'll do it again, but here it is. It's a pretty tricky 6-string shape, but again, it's 12, 15, 14, 14, 12, 12, 12, 15, 12, 15, 14, 14, 12, 12, 15. So you would work on that, right? We could turn down the gain a little bit, perhaps. All right. Up disabling the EQ pedal actually, but here we go. So if that's your minor shape, then your major shape is going to be different with one note in each octave. So instead of playing 12, 15, we're going to be doing 12, 16, which is that E, the major third. So and you can hear the difference going between E major and E minor. So we have E major. So E major, I'll just go back and forth a little bit without speaking, and you can probably hear when there's a change happening there. So the major shape looks like this: 12, 16, and then again 14, 14, and now 13, and then 12, 12, 16. So slowly we have 12, 16, 14, 14, 13, 12, 12, 16. going between major and minor. So this guitar is a Fender American Deluxe Stratocaster. It's a 50th anniversary, so it's a little bit different in the specs. It has swamp ash body mainly, and has, I think that's the big thing, if I remember correctly. Sorry, mate, I didn't get that rebang. How to arrange finger to play arpeggios on the two shapes. So you mean the fingering? So I don't like flattening the finger here. Some people do this, right? But I play rather notes like that. So instead of flattening on the 14th fret, I will do so. Instead of doing two strings with one finger, I'll do two strings with two fingers. Okay, I think we need to jam a little bit. We can hear how this sounds in a real application here. So this would be a C minor. Wagner from YouTube, what's up? Merdad, thanks a lot for digging this. Merdad from Instagram. Here. How will this sound with a cleaner tone? So I'm doing some pentatonics now, mixing that in. You can recognize your standard pentatonic box here. have a great question by Revang there. What you keep in your mind while soloing or improvising? Also, how do you use licks? Please explain if possible. Great question from Instagram there. The brand of the guitar is Fender. So I switched between channels on the amp. You can hear the difference. And I went to a cleaner sound. Pretty nice. Let's see if we can dial in some more. So, struck me that I have a whole bunch of cool loops that I haven't used in a while. Let's see if I can find those. Desktop, yep. There they are, a whole bunch of them. Loops, let's see. I don't know if this is gonna work. We had, wait. Let's do minor loops. Okay. Let's try it again. This is D minor. I've been to Peru, but never to Brazil. Wagner, thanks for asking. See if I can sync the delay. Nice. These are some loops I recorded a year ago or something. I've forgotten about them. Might actually do a guitar switch here, could be interesting. Turku, I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. So I'm half Swedish and half Greek. Yes, so we have another question about kind of the creative process by Wagner here on YouTube. So we'll definitely speak a little bit about that. You know, it's a big topic. How do you combine licks? How do you come up with phrases? And I think the best thing I can do here is give you a bunch of general pointers. It's always hard to give you, you know, the exact advice you need because you kind of have to tailor that for where you're at currently in your learning phase and your musical preferences and that stuff. We're all different as individuals, and we can't be treated as a like a mass of identical people. But here's the thing. If you don't practice improvisation will never sound good. And that's the first misconception. A lot of people think that, well, let's try improvise. Oh, it sounds like crap. I'm probably not yet ready yet, so let's practice something else. That's wrong, okay? It won't sound good in the beginning. It's not supposed to sound good when you're a beginner, because then things would be backwards. It's going to sound like crap when you try to improvise, but if you want to be able to improvise, you have no way around that. You're going to have to sound like crap, but still do it so you can get better. And I'm saying this because I've seen a whole bunch of people who are just trying once every 6 months or something to improvise, and it didn't work. So let's not do that again for a while, and let's practice something else and maybe it'll work. No, that's not how it works. It's going to sound like crap. You still have to do it. That's the first rule. But the good news is you don't have to be very fancy to sound good when improvising. I can really just do as long as you find some nice notes, you can still improvise. This is a good improvisation. You don't need any fancy technique. Just need to practice it. So it starts to make sense, right? Now if you learned a lick, well, you can try to incorporate that into your simple melodies, you know? If you know how to play a little, maybe some fancier stuff like a legato run or some fancier, a little bit faster lick, well, you can try to incorporate that. And again, maybe it'll sound good when I try it now, but that's because I've been practicing this for decades. It's not going to sound good in the beginning. You have to just try to force it through, you know? That's my fancy lick. You can weave that into your melodies as well, you know? Okay? Doesn't have to be fancy. It should be melodic, so try to create melodies. Again, it's not going to sound good, but that's a good milestone for you, because a melody on one string is something you can play technically even as a beginner. You do not have any excuses for not practicing it. That doesn't mean it's going to sound good. It will sound really bad, but you still have to push through. I've been playing for 30 years, something like that, Tutko. Thanks for asking. And when I play over this kind of very toned down, just one guitar thing, it gives me a lot of space, right? I don't have any drums or distorted rhythm guitars that are loud and compressed, and I'm not struggling to cut through here. I can play soft and I can play loud, and both of these playing styles are going to be heard. And that's a huge advantage, because it means I can start practicing more dynamic phrases. So I can do... It becomes much easier to come up with new phrases if all you have to do is vary your pick intensity. Maybe you just know one lick. Well, you can turn that into 5 different licks if you play it with different types of dynamics, right? I could do... Or I could do... And I can do everything in between. So that's a good little tip for you there. Exactly, Russell. You are better than you are, and you are closer than you are to reaching your goals. But you shouldn't really be super frightened if when you try to improvise and try to phrase and try to combine some of the licks or you've learned. If that sounds like bad, it doesn't mean you're a bad improviser. It just means you haven't practiced it yet. So when I learned to improvise, and it's of course a work in progress, you know, I wouldn't consider myself very good at it yet. It's a process. But when I made the most progress, I was pretty extreme about only practicing with improvisation. So it didn't really matter if I was working on my technique, or I was playing blues, or if I was playing rhythm guitar. Everything was done in an improvised setting over a backing track or a drum beat or something like that. And that just goes to show that you really need to practice improvisation to play improvisation. It's a pretty cool sound here. I have to try with. So this is without my Friedman BEOD pedal. With it, pretty cool pedal. Theo, from Facebook, thanks for digging. So I'm gonna make a guitar switch just for fun, because I think with this clean tone I have other cool options here to get a Stratty sound. Just a second. This one has the true humbuckers. Sorry, true single coils. The other one was fake single coils, some noiseless or stacked single coils. But this should give me a somewhat more authentic Strat sound. Let's see. Okay, so D minor. Let's try a different backing. Sounds bad. Wait. So C sharp. Pretty nice. So these are, so Russell, these pickups are bare knuckle Apache. Very nice pickups. I haven't played this guitar in a few weeks now, so though it might take me a little while to find the right tone. The other pickups are C, like Fender Seymour Cobalt Noiseless SCN pickups. And these are a hot debate among guitarists. Some people hate them and some people love them. They don't give you true single coil sound, but they do give you very nice distortion, so it's a nice little in-between thing. How you doing? Thank you, Ipaika. Sorry for butchering your name. Jeje, thank you. What kind of music can I play? I play mostly my own improvisations over my own backing tracks. And that's probably a pretty boring answer, but after decades of playing, I just don't like playing cover songs. Just bores me. I know that's a shame because a lot of people would probably want me to play their favorite songs, but I don't know. If you had asked me 25 years ago, maybe, but not now. So I like to play this stuff, the things I'm playing now. Let's try some more. I'm just going to lower the levels a little bit. Yes, Nyan. I love playing outside. We can try a little bit of that. Oops. A little bit too outside there, I think. That's a mess up. Let's try some more. Thank you, Matthews. That's awesome. Thanks a million for digging my stuff. Downside when I use these backing tracks makes me harder to follow the comments on Instagram because I need to use a browser for that. MP7 loves this from Instagram. Awesome, man. That's my pocket. Awesome. Bare knuckle are great for sure. Teach me the blues. Lots of good questions there. Start learning acoustic. So many cool questions from Instagram. Keep them coming. So to do anything properly, Sida, it's going to take you a long time. They say 10 years, and that's definitely true for acoustic guitar as well. That doesn't mean you're not going to have a good time while trying to learn. You know, that's what really matters. So, how do we apply outside notes? Well, you know what, Nyan from Facebook? This is not so much outside. Let's do some really outside stuff. That's just the harmonic minor. It's not that outside, but this stuff, it's harder to get away with. Sounds kind of bad. A little bit harder over this backing track. I think it would be easier with 7 chords and more of a jazzy kind of sound. Oh, Grace thinks I'm a very nice man. The comments are just too nice for me to say them, but thank you very much, Grace. It means the world. You're a very nice person as well. I can clearly hear that. Eric Captain or Eric Clapton. James thinks I sound great. Awesome, man. On Instagram, this is not a vintage Fender custom shop. It's a fairly cheap vintage icon that I pimped out. I've scalloped it. I put in bare knuckle Apache pickups that are probably more expensive than the whole guitar. Don't ask me why. It was a project I had and it worked out really well. I'm not sure I would, necessarily recommend it to anybody, but it worked for me. It does look pretty cool. I would say the relicing job, if you look at it closely, might feel a little bit cheap, but at a distance, you don't really notice it in a video like this. And the guitar itself is pretty good, Definitely has the S vibes, S-style guitars with a 6-point tremolo and yeah, it's just a cool S-style guitar, and since it wasn't that expensive, I've been able to fearlessly pimp it and tweak it. This is the first guitar I dared to do anything more advanced on. Now, I should say I bought this one like 8 or 9 years ago, and since then prices have gone to hell, so it's not even that cheap anymore. Maybe I would have tried on a different guitar today, but again, since I was lucky and this worked, I don't have any regrets. Let's try a different backing track now. That's me humming along, in case you didn't notice, in case you thought it was like Beyonce or someone singing. That was actually me. G minor, harmonic minor. This has a bit more of a groove. Let's see if we like this. No, I didn't like this one as much. Let's try another one. Oh, this is more of a Dorian vibe. Let's try this. E Dorian. Could be fun. Thank you, Weird Up. We do have cool stuff going on. But there's something not quite working with. I think I don't really like the stiff, shreddy picks for this kind of... We ended up doing clean stuff. I wasn't really prepared for that, or semi-clean. So let's try a slightly softer pick. And those bends are not in tune. Let's try some more. Ouch. So, thing is, this guitar has like 011 strings, whereas the other one has 08. And I've been playing the other one for weeks now. So this feels very weird. I mean, I like the sound, but the bends are not working for me. It's just a silly excuse, just to hide the fact that I'm really crappy. Let's try it again. Pretty cool. Let's see what more we have. Let's try another one. No, this is a vintage icon. Yeah, maybe it does sound a bit Dire Straits-ish. Yeah, maybe a bit Andy Timmons-ish. Let's try it. I think he would probably use a bit more distortion, maybe like this. I forgot the key. Here's a compromise. Thanks for digging, Ponzi. Hey there, Van from Indonesia. What's up? Gilmore, let's slap on a compressor and see how that works. Here's a Gilmore-ish compression attempt. Let's have a cleaner sound. This is fun. And I dropped my pick. Distortion Reel from Turkey. What's up, my man? Let's go really soft with the pick since I dropped the other one. I need to work on this. No, Grave, this is actually a vintage Icon V6. Probably made in Indonesia is my guess. This is fun. I really get to practice some clean playing here. I don't know if we should go even more aggressive with the compression. I can hit a second compression in the chain. Let's see. This is fun. It's challenging to do the clean sound. But it sounds stratty. It's very thin. Let's see if we can maybe add a. I'm gonna maybe throw in the full tone OCD in the chain. Let's see. WH from Indonesia, what's your song, man? Android, thanks for digging. It has some sauce, the sound. Yeah, I'm trying to tweak in the sauce now. Georgia says skills on top level. Thanks so much, man. I'm still experimenting a little bit here. This was an unexpected direction we took, and I'm trying to find a cool sound. I don't know. Yeah, we got my man Fred Hinkle from Southern Indiana. I love it. How you doing, Fred? It's been a while. So let's try another backing track for the sake of variation. And I think we're going to go back a little bit to clean sound again. That was new. That was different. Felt kind of fresh. Now let's try another one. I think I'm looking for something slower. Huh, this is fun. Sounds very toolish. E minor. Tweaking a little bit here. This is clean. Electronic music, orchestra, and rock. Sounds like a lot of fun, man. You can, if you can't leave the link now, I'm not sure, maybe it's going to be filtered up. You can probably do it in the comments afterwards in this video. Or you can let us know the channel name and we can check it out. Let's see here. Chris, thanks so much for digging. I'm going to choose some different ones here. Let's try this. I'm going to make another guitar switch. Chris, I've been playing for about 30 years. Mr. NPC, what's up? So, D minor, let's try it. This is nice. Maybe play with fingers. Sorry, don't know what Jim Croce is. So it's safe to say I don't know any other songs. Maybe a bit of wah-wah on top of this. So on this guitar, I think I'm doing 10s now. Here. Might be 09046, but I think these are 10s actually. Yeah, we got from Andre from Facebook. What's up? Actually, I didn't think the wah-wah worked with this because there's a pretty heavy compressor on this. Maybe that's... Sorry for that. SpongeBob. I don't know. Whenever I record, oh, you like the tone from Bro Bryce from Instagram? Awesome, man. So whenever I use a slide, people speak about SpongeBob. So maybe that's how I do it. I need to work on that. So I wish I were better at doing these kind of quick slides up to a high note. Let's see if I could pull that off. I need to work on that. That's nice if you can do that, but for me it's not really on pitch here. Nice. Husan, all these are from the jam loops on my website, Christopher Dahl. They're unfortunately pay stuff, but you have lots of free backing tracks, like full band backing tracks on my YouTube channel. Sergey on Instagram. Yeah, these headphones are AKG K240. But I do like the backing tracks here because there's lots of space in them, you know. And like I said earlier, that allows you to kind of work on the dynamics. So if you want to play with your fingers and kind of go between soft and more aggressive plucking, it's really effective on a backing track like this. Let's try another one here. This is Oh, I love rock and roll. That's a fun track, isn't it? Not a question on Facebook there. Let's try another one. It's all in the vibe. This is fun. Hey there, Albie and Army Siri from YouTube. Yes, I know Indonesia as a country for sure. Welcome to the stream, man. Stockholm, Sweden here. But I wasn't too happy with this one. Let's try. I really should stop now. I'm tired. This was too much fun. It's nice, a little bit too fast. I would like something. Potra47. Thank you from Instagram. This might be nice. This is nice. From Ingve. How am I going to fit that in here? Yes, Andre, we did go for something more soft. I don't know how it evolved into that. Just the fun thing with these sessions are so spontaneous. I started out with the high gain stuff, but this felt fresh. Yeah, this is Les Paul Studio Junior. I think LPJ, that's what it stands for. Oops, out of tune. because with this kind of clean tone, you can really hear the guitar, and this is probably I would say, my best sounding guitar. Arguably the Strats are cool as well, but it's just the fullest one, and it's no surprise that this is the one that works best at a clean sound. Army Siri, that's your SRV. So obviously the amp I'm playing now is amazing. It's a Mesa Boogie Mark 5, and I have 5 watts, and it's like 5, and is it like 25 and 90 watts? So I have lots of wattage choices. Now I just engaged the Friedman BEOG pedal, so you're hearing a bit of a pedal drive as well here. Here's without it. It's not really needed, you know. Or let's see if we can throw in a choked fuzz instead. Yes, Fender Bennett, thanks a lot. I tried to just do the clean shot with a hand. Oh, thank you. Flowers while you're live. Thanks so much, man. Means the world. This is a pretty weird sound now. Let's try it. Yes, Black Crowd Busker. This is one of my loops, and it's actually one of the pay packages on my site. But you have lots of free ones here or on YouTube as well. So. So fender bender, the cage system is good. It's all a matter of how you want to learn the different positions. I didn't learn them that way. I was more concerned about root notes and where the root note in each scale position was. But for some people, visualizing that chord shape within each position is really helpful. So I think it's a fine method. I've never done it myself, and consequently I've never really taught that because it doesn't feel good when it's not how I learned. But I've had lots of people have good results with that. Have a good one, Andy. See ya. Trying a tube screamer and I don't know if that's gonna work. Not that bad. I'm getting crazy here with the sound, but it's always good fun to never give up. Just keep changing it, keep experimenting. Kevin, yeah, I have a Fujigen. It's one of my favorite guitars. It's the only Tele or T-style guitar I have. Better. No distortion worked better. It's just a compression pedal now. Videos about my guitars, just like talking about them. Yeah, that's actually a very good idea, and it's coming. I don't know if you noticed, but I've really increased the frequency of my live videos, and part of the reason is because I want to go through more stuff, and I'm actually waiting for some equipment that is wireless and that's gonna allow me to, I think, be a little bit more flexible as I move around and show you my stuff. So there is a plan and it's coming. I haven't really kind of cracked the code for doing like regular YouTube videos where I speak about gear. I'm not sure that's even my thing. I like doing live streams and shorts, which is what I'm basically doing now. Alex Coyle on Instagram. No, I'm really crappy at jazz, like bebop and classic jazz. But I do like to improvise, and I guess so in a way that's jazzy. Let's do, someone asked about the Fujigen guitar. Let's do final guitar switch here. Let's try this. Yes, here's the Fujigen. So when you say Pirate Anna, when you say Francis Farmer, is that like the Nirvana tune? Or is it something else? Weira on Instagram, Blues Jam Bro. Yeah, this is bluesy for sure. So, this T-style guitar is not quite as beefy sounding as the Les Paul, but it's snappier and has more of that Strat thing. So in a way, this is a cool combo, I think, between Strat and the beefiness of an LP. So it's a lovely guitar. I love it. Oh, you mean Nirvana? Cool. I don't know the track, or I can't play it. Or it's like do 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 do. Is it that one? I don't know more than that. Try with more distortion, see how that works. Nice. So I'm using the Friedman BEOD, and that's a pedal that's growing on me every time I use it. I thought it was mostly like a high gain because it has lots of different ways you can get like different high gain structures. But now it works great for this kind of bluesier, crunchy tone. Love it. Love it. Maybe it's Paul muted, yeah, I don't know. Haha. EMR is asking from Instagram. Still in Norway. Been following you since your Christmas prick videos. I'm still in Stockholm, Sweden. Yeah. So that was from Ultimate Guitar. Did you find me on the Ultimate Guitar website? I don't know if the wah-wah did anything to improve that sound. Let's do without it. Smooth. That's a cool track by Santana. Nice. So these are some pretty cool loops. I recorded them over a year ago and I had forgotten about them completely, but now it's good to meet them again. Eyeglasses, big mustache, hippie style. Yeah, that was probably one of my first, or could have been one of my first YouTube videos. People considered that funny back in the day because there wasn't a lot of funny stuff. And I did that, I think, for Ultimate Guitar as well. So that must have been like 20 years ago, I think, probably. You saw that. It's crazy how time flies. Oh, you have them on your computer, man. Okay, so you must have downloaded them from Ultimate Guitar, I'm guessing. That's pretty awesome. I don't know if this is cool. Fred, so fall is approaching. Yeah, same here in Stockholm, Sweden. Actually, took a swim in the ocean today, but it was cold. Feel a little bit out of tune. You have to be in time here, otherwise it won't work. This is much more rhythmic than the previous backing track. It's just like a carpet of harmony. Here, you kind of have to stick with the rhythm. So let's try it. It's much trickier. Do some sliding here. That's easier. This is hard to play rhythmically over this kind of track, I think. here's another thing I'm not really good at. This is also fun. Let's go back and see if I can play rhythmically. So when you're struggling keeping up with timing, you have much less brain power left for the actual music. So this is the kind of track I would need to practice a lot, because when you're hearing me play like this, it's just me trying not to mess up rhythmically. And that's usually not a good starting point if you're trying to come up with melodies on the fly. You want to not have to think about something specific, so you kind of can groove and come up with some stuff. But here I was totally trying to lock in with the groove, and yeah, that's something for a practice session, not for a jam. Let's try it. Another one here. Ooh, I'm gay. Didn't know that. Thank you, Brian. Brinley. It's very good to get that kind of information from knowledge or skillful people. It's good to know. I'm gay. Nice guitar, man. Thank you, Lincoln. Well, this is cool. A harmonic minor. Oh, and I'm playing in the wrong key because I'm tuned down a half step. That's right. Pretty cool. Okay, so Brinley from YouTube is clarifying that it's not me that's gay, it's him that's gay. Well, that's good as well. Congratulations for knowing that and being open about it. Doesn't really matter here though whether you're gay or not, because we're just playing guitar. But in other parts of life, it can have a major impact, so it's good to know. For you mainly, not for me because I don't know you, but it's always good when we can have an open communication about important topics. So here's another thing I need to practice. I don't know if you noticed, but if you rewind the stream, you're going to notice that I was playing, my bands were most in tune with the first guitar, and then for each guitar switch, just got worse and worse. And that has to do with the fact that I've been playing the first guitar much more, and it has 08 strings. This one has 010s. Many of the other ones have thicker strings. Let's try it some more. This is A minor. Oops. And that's out of tune. Could be better. It's okay. Money for Nothing. Sorry, man. Don't know any of these songs, but they're cool. That's a classic Dire Straits tune. Chess player, you love your wife, Jeanette. Is that how you pronounce it? Or are you Swedish? So congratulations to you and your wife for the love. I hope it's mutual. Maroon by Pink Floyd. Sorry, I don't know it. I actually think I got the best tones today out of the Les Paul. What are Boss pedals? A W? I'm from Greece and she's from France. Cool! I'm half Greek as well, et je parle français. That's interesting. So I'm just gonna make... Well, I said that this was the final switch. I'm gonna make another guitar switch. Let's just keep it at that. And I'm gonna go back to the LP. Mittwoch was a great song. Thank you, man, for reminding me of my old track. If you guys are curious, it's still up on YouTube if you want to have a listen to it. Oh, yeah, I have the Boss tuner and noise suppressor. That's it. No other Boss pedals. The other ones are like... I wish I could show you here. So that's reverb pedal, Big Sky. This is a Halo delay pedal. This is like a Wampler Ego compressor. I'm not using it right now. The only pedals you're hearing right now, I'm just using the red one, the Dynacomp, and I'm using both the first or the delay pedal I showed you. So that's what you're hearing now. You're mostly hearing my amp, my Mesa Boogie Mark V amp. Okay, let's see if this was the sound I was looking for. Let's first see if I'm in tune. The Blue Sky reverb, a little bit of reverb on the delay trail, delay tail, but I need to change the backing track now. Sick of that one. I don't know if this is cool. Down. Oh man, it's been a while since I saw the username which I never can pronounce. What's up, man? double stops and vibrato. Let's do it, Rob. This backing track felt like it wanted to go into a drum groove, but never happened. Sorry, Jem from Instagram. Don't know what that is. Oh, that sounds like it could be cool. Maybe. A little bit fast. D minor. Could be nice. I wish I could shred like Alan Holsworth. I can't. Sorry, man. I need to nail those notes. Let's try again. I guess the solo would be. Thank you, Krim, for digging it. And Dollar Mountain on YouTube, thanks so much, man. Krim on Instagram is asking, can I play Steve Ray Vaughan? You can try. I failed. One more time. Gary Moore, not very good at him, but his style was truly unique. Don't do that. Ooh, curious coincidence. Thanks, man. Don't remember it. There was this. That kind of sweet though. I think it was like a Something like that, I think. When you make a mistake, you have to try to fix it. The sound of your backing track make it seem like it has the vibe. Let's see what. You should try and deliver like on the track for the love of God. Yeah, it's a little bit for the love of Godish. I agree. I don't know that. I know the track, but I've never really played it. Shout out to Ray on Facebook. I love going from scale to arpeggio. King, Honey Bear, lots of people there on Instagram. That kind of thing, right? Start with a scale like E flat minor, and then try to go into an arpeggio, but I failed there. Let's try one more. It's nice. I do use quite a bit of chicken picking or hybrid picking. That's nice. I like that. Very nice transition there between like scale and arpeggio. Can I play classic blues? Yeah, I probably could. I'm not a big fan. I get bored easily, but I love bluesy licks, right? Like that. Maybe like... This is a cool track. I like it. I like it when it's slow and arpeggiated and has this kind of, well, I guess sorrowful or melancholic vibe. It's nice. Let's see what more we can do here. Let's try this one. This is also more rhythmic. I'm gonna struggle with this one. Oops. D minor. This is fun, but it's trickier. Messed up. Almost. It's okay. So, as I was saying earlier, it's always easier when you have a non-rhythmic kind of carpeted sound backing track versus this thing, which is really, you gotta try to be on time here, and that's tricky. So Some arpeggios. Ah. You have one. When you're shredding, it's good because you don't have to be. No one really hears what you're doing. It's harder to do. So can you believe it? We've been doing this for 2 hours and 15 minutes. That means I'm ready to take a break, but this was a lot of fun. We got to do this again. And the reason I think partly why it was so fun, because I found this old folder with lots of cool loops that I recorded a year ago, and I had forgotten about it. So that's fun. We should do more of this, and we should do more of the clean or slightly clean playing. I think it's, in a way, it's more interesting to both play and listen to because it's more dynamic than the high gain stuff. So yeah. You beat jazz tempo. Thanks so much, man. Thanks so much, Steve. So thanks a million for sticking around here and just being with me for these 2 hours. I'm live streaming on 3 different platforms, but on YouTube, we've almost consistently had around 100 viewers. So that's awesome. But I also want to thank all the people on Instagram and Facebook and even a little bit of Twitch. I think we had like 1 viewer. So thank to you as well. But yeah, thanks a million, man, men and women, whatever you are. And I'll see you soon again because you've been fantastic. And I've been Christopher Dahl. See ya. Cheers.